actual humans. And then the skip that one. I gotta cross that up, so I can go for it, but it's so loud. The 26 from 1 to 2 is dog yoga. Dog tags Western New York, they come in and bring some dogs that won't be adopted, and I heard really good things, so I know a couple of you signed up for that. And then the Golden Age Center at Nike Base is doing a chair yoga class. Fridays at 1, so tell your friends. That's about it. Nothing too crazy about it yet. Let's start the cat pose. Big toes touching behind you, please. Spread it as wide as you like. Forehead resting on the mat or maybe a rock. Maybe taking the first few moments to just appreciate the fact that you are here, that you brought yourself to the mat. That you carved out a little time of your day to take care of yourself. Maybe just a few breaths, appreciating the stillness, the silence. The warmth. Take a big breath in through your nose. On your exhale, walk your hands to the right side of the mat. They might come off. Just lengthening the left side body. So maybe feeling this from your left hip crease all the way up to your left pinky. And if you don't feel that, then keep walking your arms further. You can even take that left hand and cross it over the right. Maybe letting your forehead rest down if it's not there. On your inhale, back to center, your exhale to the left side. Feeling this all along your right side body. Maybe taking that right hand, crossing it over the left. Inhales back to center. Start to set your hands up for downward facing dog. So start with your fingertips, press them down into the mat, spread your fingers, really pressing down through the bottoms of your palms, the first knuckles.
Start to lift your hips just a little bit so you can curl your toes under. Take a big breath in through your nose, and on a nice big exhale, sigh it out into downward facing dog. Hands about shoulder width distance, fingers spread as wide as you can get them without any strain. Feet hip width distance. Really pressing down into the mat with your feet, with your hands. Maybe fixing your gaze between your feet or at your belly button so you can just kind of not worry about everything else around you. When your gaze is fixed, you can start to focus what's happening in your body. A few more breaths. And then you can stay on your palms or you can come up to your fingertips. You're gonna walk your hands back to your feet for a ragdoll here. So maybe grabbing the opposite biceps. There's an option there to interlace your hands and really gently put a little pressure on the head. You can bend your knees as much as you'd like here. Maybe swaying left to right, maybe gently shaking your head yes and no. Noticing if there's any tension there that you can release. Or maybe just breathe into. On your next exhale, walking back to downward facing dog. And if you'd like to set an intention for your practice, this is a nice time to do it. If there's anything you want to visualize or repeat to yourself. On your inhale, come way up onto your tiptoes. On your exhale, walk forward to the top of your mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale all the way up to stand. Look up at your fingertips. Exhale down. Forward fold, chin to chest, round the spine. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulder blades hugging in. Exhale, take it back. High plank. Stay here. Already building some heat. The option to bring your knees down to the mat is there. And notice if you're leaning a lot to the outsides of your hands, make sure you're pressing into that space between your thumbs and your pointer fingers. On your inhale, shift a little forward. On your exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Uncurl your toes. On your inhale, baby cobra, lifting the chest a little bit. Exhale down. 2 more, breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. From here, either cobra or up dog, pressing into the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Yeah, ujjayi breath, in and out through the nose. Making a noise, like really sighing it out through the nostrils. If that's something that doesn't feel good for you, then just free breath. Let's roll through some sunnies. Inhale, look forward, step or float to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, up to stand. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back, high to low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Yeah, so remember to pay attention to your body here. You can always step right back to down dog instead of taking high to low plank. You can take cat-cow, right? Child's pose is always there for you. Inhale, look forward, step with the other foot, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, press down through your feet, reach up through your hands. Exhale, bow forward. Big breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high to low plank. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Bring your attention to your hands, your feet. Inhale, look forward, step or float, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to stand. Maybe a little back bends there for you. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, take it back, high to low. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, look past your hands, step or float, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to stand, reach all the way up, fingers strong. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, take it back, high to low plank. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Yeah. Hopefully working up a little bit of sweat here, getting nice and warm. Inhale, look forward, step or float, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, up to stand, maybe your palms connect. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway. Exhale, take it back to your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Reset your hands, reset your feet. Inhale, look forward, step or float, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Utkatasana, breath in, chair pose. Really pressing down through your feet into the mat. Feeling your legs light up. Your core is active here. And you get to decide in your body, right? Like, do I want a little bit of a lower chair today? If you have any shoulder issues, maybe today's the day you want to interlace your hands behind you. Maybe you want to play around with a little balance here and come off your heels into the balls of your feet. Lift them up. One more breath in. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulder blades in. Exhale, take it back, high to low plank. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Breathe. On your next exhale, bring your right knee toward your nose. Round your spine, shift your shoulders over your wrists. Look forward, step to the inside of your right hand, plant that back foot. On your inhale, bring it up to warrior one. Nice strong fingers, reach them up to the ceiling, yep. Both legs working equally. Both arms working equally. On your exhale, hands to the mat, step back, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths. And then your next exhale, left knee to your nose. Really press away from the mat here. On your exhale, step to the inside of your left hand. Your inhale takes you up, warrior one. And then just noticing, like, if your knee is splaying to one side or the other, just bring it in the same line as your foot. Fingers strong. We always forget about the fingers. Like, they're just as important as the toes. Maybe your exhale allows you to get a little deeper in your warrior one. One more breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Take it where you need it to go. Maybe it's high to low, maybe it's right to down dog. But we'll all get to our downward facing dog. Listen to the sound of your breath. Meet yourself where you are. And maybe detach any judgment. Inhale, look forward, step or float, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Breath in, chair pose. Breath out, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take it back, high to low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Right side, step it forward. Breath in takes you up to warrior one. Breath out takes you back down to the mat. You flow, high to low plank. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. You breathe in. Your breath out, your hands come back to the mat. You flow, high to low. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Few breaths here, reset. What are your hands doing? What are your feet doing? Can you feel your body strengthening here? Two more sun bees. Inhale, look forward. Step or float, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, one breath in. Exhale, bow. Inhale, half. Exhale, take it back. High to low. Upward facing. Downward facing, right side, warrior one, bring it up. Exhale brings it back down. Upward facing, downward facing, left side. And you know where you're going. You've done it a couple times already, high to low. All the way through to your downward facing dog. Maybe coming back to that intention. Inhale, look forward, step or float, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, breath in, breath out, bow forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, take it back, high to low plank. Upward facing, downward facing dog, right side, step it forward. Warrior one's the breath in, back down to the mat, breath out. High to low, up dog, downward facing dog, left side, warrior one, back down on the exhale. Feel it all, whatever it is, whatever's coming up for you today. And then in your exhale and down dog, just let it go. Yeah, child's pose is there for you. We're all gonna meet in down dog. Bring your feet to touch behind you. On your inhale, right leg lifts up. On your exhale, bend that knee, start to stack. Keep pressing down through both hands and that planted foot, maybe getting a little more height with that knee. And then wiggle and spread your toes, like spread them really wide. Make circles with your foot, feel out that ankle joint. And then stay or flip your dog. Still breathing. Still just experiencing being in a body. Come back to your three-legged dog if you're not there. On your exhale, bring that foot back down to the mat. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bend and stack. Stacking that like left hip bone over the right. Wiggle and spread your toes. Make circles with your foot. Feel that out. The connection of your foot to your ankle, to your leg. Stay or flip your dog. Come back over. On your exhale, foot comes down. Take a quick child's pose. Maybe reaching back and grabbing for your feet if that feels good. Reach your hands forward. Downward facing dog. On your next exhale, step your right foot forward. Come into warrior one. Back foot plants. Maybe figuring out your footing today. Maybe you like your heels in the same line. Maybe you need a wider stance. But once you get there, like really diving into what this feels like for you. If you're not feeling much, like if this isn't a challenge for you, maybe try walking the front foot forward and bringing the hips a little lower to the mat. On your exhale, warrior two, hands go front to back, fingers reaching. Maybe bringing your gaze to somewhere on the front wall or the front middle fingertip. And if it doesn't feel good in your neck to have that, then maybe at the corner. So your knees directly above your ankle. Just make sure it's not going one way or the other. Doesn't have to be a perfect 90-degree angle either. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse. Feel that side body lengthening. Exhale, hands to the mat. High to low plank, maybe right to down dog. We'll all meet in downward facing. On your next exhale, left foot forward. Your inhale's warrior one. Get into that warrior one that is a little bit challenging. And then see if you can let any tension go in your face. See if you can just focus on breath in, breath out. Your exhale's warrior two. Fingers reaching from front to back. Your knees over your ankle. Flip the front palm, inhale, reverse, really stretch. Exhale, hands to the mat, high to low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Yeah. Inhale, look forward, step or float, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. The union of two sides, left and right, part of the same whole, coming together at the center. Start to press into your right foot. You're going to slowly pick up the left and bring it back into your crescent lunge. So your feet are hip width distance. And then on your inhale, reaching the arms up. On your exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, twist to the right. There's an option to bring the knee down to the mat, the back knee. Really pressing the hands together to maybe get a little opening in the chest. Yeah, twisting is not the easiest task in the world. Not that it's a task. Inhale back to your crescent lunge. Exhale back to your chair pose. Yeah, reach the arms up. Being completely aware of how our body is doing, our emotional status, like what's there for you. On your exhale, hands to heart center. Press into that left foot. The right foot comes back to your crescent lunge. Maybe taking up a little more length once it gets back there. Keep your breath nice and steady, nice and consistent. On your exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left. If your knees lifted off the mat, maybe finding a little bit more straightening there. Maybe coming down to the back knee if that feels good. Inhale back to your crescent lunge. Exhale back to chair pose. All of that is gone. It's done. This is a new chair. Maybe sitting lower on the exhale. Maybe sitting lower on the exhale. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bow forward. Separate your feet hip width distance. Connect your peace sign fingers underneath your big toes. On your exhale, bow forward, chin to chest. Release your toes. Heel toe your feet to touch. Big toe mounds touching, heels a little apart, unless you know you like feet hip width distance. You can take crow pose here. You can take some hops here. If you want something a little bit more, or a little bit less intense, maybe you want to take your feet back out for Malasana. Malasana, just this low squat. Really pressing your arms and your legs. Crow pose, your gaze is forward. Let's all meet in Malasana. Figure out the distance that you like your feet. You can always bring your sit bones to a block. Opening your chest. Maybe it feels good to come up to the balls of your feet. Heels come back down if they're not there. Bring your hands to the mat. We're going to take some hops. If you have wrist or arm or shoulder injuries, take this as light or as little or not at all. We're going to start in our low squat. We're going to hop up and come back into our low squat. Your palm, the important thing here is your palms are just like down dog. Really pressing into the fingertips, the first knuckles, the bottoms of your palms. Hopping up, maybe just finding like a little bit of hang time. Maybe your feet come like a centimeter off the floor. Whatever it is for you, it's perfect, right? It doesn't have to be anything else than what it is. So you'll take 10 more of these hops, and then you'll either come to a high plank or child's pose. If you lose count, feel free to start over again. I'm glad you liked that one. So when you're done, either child's pose or high plank. Yeah, so with everything with your hands on the mat, just spread the fingers, more surface area. Yeah, so whatever you chose, I think we all chose child's pose here. Maybe reach back and grab the heels. You can start to press your fingers into the bottoms of your feet. That'll feel really nice. Feeling the release in your shoulders. And then starting again new. Plant your hands forward, really set them up. And then your exhale is a nice, fresh, downward facing dog. On your next exhale, step your right foot forward, come into crescent lunge. You can have your block handy. You're going to shift into your half moon, bringing the block a little bit forward into the right of your right foot. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, that back foot's flexed. Very active top leg, maybe lifting it up toward the ceiling. Whoa, everybody, super crazy half moons today. Bring both hands down, keep that top leg lifted, standing split. If you'd like some hops for handstand, that's there too. But keep pressing down to rise that top foot up toward the ceiling. Maybe you want to walk your hands closer to that foot, that planted foot. Maybe you want to take a hand and grab for your ankle. Maybe both hands grab for your ankle. Who the heck knows? Maybe you find out you don't like standing split today. Who the heck knows? It's all good, right? On your exhale, step the foot down. You can pound the back of your legs with your fists if that feels good. Maybe you want to take a ragdoll with knees bent if that feels good. And we're going to step right back to downward facing dog. Come back to your breath if you lost it. Sometimes it gets really quiet on us, and we need to bring it back out so we can be really present in our body. On your next exhale, left foot forward, crescent lunge. Have your block handy. So you're on the ball of that back foot as much as you can be. Take that block, shift into your half moon. And that's not an easy transition, right? None of this is easy. If it was, I feel like we wouldn't really come. Maybe shifting your gaze up to your fingertips. Yeah. Both hands down, top leg lift, standing split. Really nice, active top leg, just as strong as the one that's supporting you right now. And then step down, separate your feet really wide here. Just a nice wide leg forward fold. You can take ragdoll arms. Maybe you want to grab those big toes again. Release your hands. Heel toe your feet back to touch. Come into a halfway lift. Nice straight spine. Shoulder blades in. Gaze is a little forward. Exhale, bow. Inhale, chair pose. New chair pose though, right? Like it's a new one. Maybe you hated the last one, but maybe this one you want to like. But it's all here. It's all present. On your exhale, go post arms. On your inhale, lift the chest. On your exhale, right elbow under left. Right arm under left. Take a big breath in. Your right leg comes up into your chest. Your exhale, cross it over the left. Maybe you want to keep the toes on the mat today. Maybe you want to double bind. Really squeezing that top leg down into the bottom leg. Your knees bent just like chair. Maybe it feels good to grab the shoulders today. On your inhale, unravel, reach up, kick that leg up. On your exhale, airplane. So your chest and your gaze are like up dog, right? Like they're still lifting toward the front wall. Maybe you want to interlace your hands behind you. Open up the chest and the heart a little bit. On your next exhale, everything steps down to the top of your mat, hands at the center line of your body, close your eyes. Bring your shoulders way up to your ears, to the back wall and down. Really reaching up through the crown of the head, pushing down through the feet into the mat, into the earth. Like you're here, you're doing it. You're breathing, you're existing. You're observing, you're feeling. Just all part of this really beautiful human experience. On your inhale, chair pose. Exhale, goalpost arms. Breath in, chest lifts. Breath out, left arm under. Breath in, left leg up and in. Breath out, cross it over the right. Because there's really no rush to get to eagle, right? Like, we don't need to rush to get there. What if we just took it really slow? What if we slow down our breath here? Just experiencing eagle pose. On your inhale, everything reaches up. On your exhale, airplane. There's the option there, the interlace. When you feel even stepping to the top of your mat, back to the center line of your body, back to maybe closing your eyes. So keeping your eyes closed, start to step into the left foot, and you're gonna bring the right foot into tree pose. A little bit different today. Maybe the toes stay on the mat with the heel on the ankle if you're finding it to be a difficult thing with your eyes closed. Yeah, and remember, like, trees sway, they fall, they grow again. They're just living, and they're beautiful. Release, come down, move to the other side. Notice if this side's any different. You might find that this side's a little easier because we're used to doing more with our right side, like driving a car, or I don't know. Things always involve one side more than the other. And when we bring ourselves to our practice, we start to notice these kind of imbalances. Step down. On your inhale, reach up. You can open your eyes if you'd like. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high plank. Stay here. Spread your fingers. Your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders. The balls of your feet may be over your toes. And as slow as you can go, maybe dropping your knees first, coming all the way down to your stomach. Elbows toward the back wall. Yeah, once you get there, just hang out for a moment. Like, you deserved it, you know? We're here. We made it to our stomachs. How great. And then we bring our chin to the mat. Our arms to our sides. Press your palms down into the mat. Like really feel the pressing action. Your legs are together behind you. On your inhale, lift your chest and your legs. If you want to keep pressing into the mat with the palms, that's amazing. If you want to bring the arms up and keep that pressing down, that's great too. From here, you can interlace behind you, just like your airplane earlier. Breathe. On your exhale, release. Rest on one cheek, wiggle out the hips. Chin back to the mat. Go back up. Locust, number 2. Yeah, no time like the present. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Last one, chin to the mat. Come up on your inhale. Active feet, active hands, active core. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Bend your knees, windshield wiper your legs back and forth. From here, really slowly take yourself into a child's pose, just really slow, snail speed. Check in with yourself. Today, we're gonna take frog for our hip opener. So we're gonna roll up the top and bottom of our mat. So we have this nice cushion for our knees. And you guys have to be the judge, right? Like I can't come over to each of you and be like, oh, I think you can get a little wider, you know? So take it as wide as you can. Your hips are gonna be in the same line as your knees. And your feet can either be directly behind your knees, nice and flexed, or if you want it to be a little bit more difficult, maybe taking the toes to touch behind you. But otherwise, feet flex behind your knees. You can stay up, you can walk your forearms down, maybe to a block or the floor. Maybe your chest drops. We're gonna be here for a couple of minutes. So really start to sink into your body. This is a really good opportunity to see if there's anything working, like your core or the muscles in your face, and see if you can just let those melt. And when those thoughts come up, whatever they are, maybe it's like, what am I gonna have for lunch? Or why am I so sweaty? Something, anything. Like when they come up, on your exhale, see if you can just let them float away. And you just keep repeating that process. And if you find that you can't really focus too much on what you're doing because there are these thoughts, right? These things that just keep us from being completely in the moment, maybe try opening your eyes if they're closed or counting your breaths. And maybe on your exhales, allowing your chest to get a little closer to the earth. A few more really slow, deep inhales and exhales. And to come out of this, you're slowly gonna army crawl forward. Really slow here. Take your time until your legs start to straighten out. And you'll come on your stomach. And then after a couple of breaths, you'll make your way to your final inversion. If you want to sit first and maybe rock the legs back and forth, maybe your hips feel a little wonky. But making your way to that beautiful inversion, anything where your heart is above, your hips are above your heart. So maybe you want to bring your hips to a block. Maybe you want shoulder stand or something active like crow pose or headstand. Just something to get gravity working in the other direction on your body. Just enjoying not being on your feet for once. Letting your feet and your toes feel a little free. And then we're all gonna meet in a happy baby. Take your time moving there, really noticing how you're actually getting to your happy baby. You can grab the outsides or insides of your feet. Maybe you wanna grab underneath your knees. And then have a little play with it. Like you can rock side to side. Maybe you wanna stretch one leg out and then the other leg out, maybe both. Maybe you flop from side to side. Yeah, good flop never hurt anybody. And then keeping your left knee into your chest. Bring your right leg down. On your exhale, drop the left knee to the right side of the room. You can reach out through that left arm. On your inhale, bring that back to center. On your exhale, left leg down, right knee into chest. Bring it to the left side. Back to center. Shavasana. Take your arms and legs as wide as you'd like. Your palms facing up to the ceiling. Starting to disengage everything. Your breath can get really soft, like your normal everyday breath here. Letting your body just do what it needs to do to recover from the past hour. Let the space around your eyes get soft. Let the tongue come off the roof of the mouth. Allowing yourself to just feel heavy, feel grounded. Slow breath in through your nose, fill all the way up. Hold for 5, 4, take in more air, 2, 1, open up side out. Yeah, one more all together. Big breath in. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let it go. Start to bring movement into your toes and your fingers. Hug your knees into your chest. Like hug your knees into your chest. And gently roll to your right side. Taking a moment here to just be with yourself. Making your way to a seat at the top of your mat, thumbs at the center line of your body. Pressing down through your sit bones, reaching up through the crown of your head, shoulders back and down. Fingers and hands pressing together. Thumbs to third eye. The light in me honors and bows to that same connected light in all of you. Namaste. Yeah. Guys, it got really warm in here, so good work. A little bit warmer than usual. Take your time moving. Feel free to play around a little bit or ask questions. Nice work.